Hello, this is Yossi Sassi of Orphaned Land and you're watching live Prog.
This is Zahar Zergati from Mirath. I'm the lead singer and you're watching live Prog. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Live Prog and welcome to a new video review. One of the things I try to do with music in general is I try to keep an open mind. When I listen to progressive music, I tend to see it as a big umbrella, and there are all kinds of different styles of music that fall into that category. And sometimes it's not prog per se, but music that has progressive influences and makes it interesting to listen to. Now, the release I have for you now kind of requires to have an open mind and some good strong ears because it's a very heavy release. I must say it's I would call it a progressive death metal release. So, a little heads up, maybe turn the volume down a little bit because the samples you will hear in this review are sometimes quite heavy. Now, what album am I going to bring you? This one! Arkan, Salam. Arkan is a French band, at least they are in France, but all the members, their roots moved back to northern Africa, Algiers, Morocco, that area. Well, knowing that, it won't be a surprise to know that these sounds are definitely very much present on this album, alongside with the death metal. And I gotta say that really makes an interesting blend of music, because for some reason they go along very well together. Now, let me introduce the band members to you, so it talks a little bit easier. The band. Mus El Kamal plays acoustic and electric guitars, but he also plays some traditional elements as the mandola and the oud or oud. I don't know how to say it, but well, an instrument that's used in the traditional music in that area. Florent Janer, aggressive vocals, not grunts, no, aggressive vocals. And when I listen to the album, I get a little bit of a Beauty and the Beast feeling. And of course, Florent being the Beast. Who's the Beauty then? Sarah Lysak, because she does the female vocals on the album, and again that mix makes it interesting to listen to because it gives moments of rest, it gives moments of beauty, more along the more aggressive parts in the music. The man who founded Arkan, Fouad Moukit, plays drums, and Samir Remila plays the bass guitar. And throughout the album, the bass really stood out for me. A warm sound. So it's not cold metal, but it's really a very interesting mixture of traditional sounds, warm acoustic sounds, but also heavy guitars, aggressive vocals, heavy drums, those kind of things. Now, to be honest, it's not really a big surprise that I review this album for Live Prog, because Fouad Moukit, the man who founded Arkan, used to be in another band called The Old Dead Tree. And I have read some reviews of that band on several prog sites. So, prog sites, of course, also bring some heavier stuff. Now, I can show you the band. here they are. I'll show you a little bit more. I had a little bit trouble with the lyrics, and I think you can see why. It's really beautiful artwork, but you may notice that there are also some Arabic markings in it. Oh, that's not a language I understand, but nevertheless, also that again makes it interesting to listen to. It's not just sung in English. No, there are even some Hebrew words on this. Why? Because Kobi Fari, the singer of Orphaned Land, does a guest part on the song Deus Volt, and really a great song.
The words were spoken loud and clear. Retrieve the Holy Land, waging war and breathing hate, ignoring our mother's cry.
The reason why I'm doing this review is basically related to Kobi Fari, to Orphaned Land, because that is the band that a couple of months ago I discovered. I saw live, and with them were a few other bands, Mirat and Artwork, but also Arkan. And when I saw them on stage, it was the very first time I ever heard of them, heard their music, and I was really impressed by their stage performance and by their music. And I never would have thought that I would review a death metal album on Live Prog one day, but here I am doing it and loving the album as well. There are really beautiful songs on it, and as I say, it's heavy, it's aggressive, but it also has rest moments. And when you look at the band, and of course metal is an expression form and often for rebellion, but this is not an album that, you know, wants to make people angry. This is more an album rebelling against the problems caused by politics and by religion. They try to unite people with the music, and they chose to do it, well, this way. And of course it has to be your taste or the music you like, but nevertheless I think this is a really good album. If I look at the tracks, the album is about 60 minutes, has some really good songs on it. There are a couple of filler tracks, you know, a few songs that are less than a minute long. The only track that disappointed me a little bit, but it was not because of the music, but because the way they made the track, was the last one, because it lasts 17 minutes, which I thought, wow. But in the end, it's like a minute and a half of music, 10 minutes of silence, and then another 6-7 minutes of music. Nevertheless, altogether, it's a really great album. It's produced by one of the top producers in metal in Sweden, very surprising. And musically, you know, this is definitely, if you have an open mind, if you want to try out something new and something heavy, I definitely recommend Arkan Salam.